morning. What's going on, people? Welcome to United View.
Well, one more time. Welcome to what?
Welcome to United View. KG's in the house. Owen's in the house. You lot are in the house. Happy Monday, man. Happy Monday.
Good morning.
Yes, big up to everyone watching around the world. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know how you're feeling. It's Mason Mount Day. It's Money Mace Day. That's what day it is. Owen, fresh off of the WWE. He must be feeling very, very proud that they've come to England. You've seen all the people. What I like about that, just really, really quickly, because I don't want to bore people. It's a football channel. Yeah. What I like is that people like Owen are the real ones that do all the shows all year round.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes people like Owen could look at social media over the last couple of days. Look at these lot jumping on. Look at Look at these man jumping on. You know what I mean? Because some of your favorite influencers were there. But in the same time, Owen, it's all good for the sport and to push it and let everyone get
Indeed it is.
So.
I would also like to just shift directly off that. You were just showing us a tattoo. What's it of?
Paw Patrol.
Rolex. Wait, is it real? Are you serious?
Yeah. Paw Patrol.
Why? So you went in your box.
Yeah.
Rolex for me, wrist me most down. Boy.
Tell me about your phone. Which part? Yeah.
Why though?
Huh?
Why?
I just wanted it. I just look good.
But you got like the wicked bad boy tattoos and you just added Paw Patrol to it.
Yeah, because it just goes at the bottom, innit? It just goes.
What character is that?
Chase. No,
Chase.
Yeah.
And the chase is nearly completed for Mason Mount this morning as well.
Obviously it's fake. I was with my niece yesterday. Don't worry about that.
Oh, thank God. That's good.
Well, you thought that was real? You thought I'd really
I was thinking, I don't understand. You got the dragon, you got the wicked tattoos, and then
yeah, no, she was sticking them all over my long story.
Yeah. Cool, kid.
Yeah. But it is Money Mace Day, Owen. What's happening? Talk to us.
Yes, so Fabrizio Romano has tweeted that Mason Mount will undergo medical tests today, and then he's finally going to sign a 5-year deal as a new Manchester United player. Contract is until June 2028. It will also include an option to extend until June 2029, £55 million plus 5 million to Chelsea. Statement this week. A little bit was also written by Laurie Whitwell from The Athletic, saying that Ten Hag wants Mason Mount because of his technique on the ball, but also, importantly, his application off of it. Manchester United see him as a modern midfielder capable of carrying out specific tactical instructions and leading the press, a key component of Ten Hag's approach, which, Flex, to be fair, that was something you were saying the other day when we did that stream inside UVHQ. You were talking about his press, his ability to press, obviously his technical ability as well. And some people were saying, Flex, you're overgassing things. He can't even press it that. Come on. Maybe you were proved right.
I told you, and you all laughed at me. No, I'm joking.
You all laughed at me.
It's true, but I think with signings like this again, because we didn't want to see it. We can't dress it up. Yeah, we did not want Mason Mount. No, I don't care who you are. Yeah, no one got to the end of the season when we was all thinking about Kane and Vlahovic and what midfielders we're going to get and defenders. Oh, yeah, Kim Min-jae, whatever it is. No one went, but listen, Mason Mount don't want to sign a contract. We can get him out of there. Nobody really, I don't think there's many people anyway. Yeah. So that when it happened, and it kind of happened kind of quick, it felt underwhelming. It did. And then, people can laugh and joke about it, but you do go through this process where you say, all right, well, he's going to be our player. So let me look at why we want him. But then when you do that, you do see some sense in it. Well, I can speak for me anyway. I do see some sense in it. And I do think he improves us. And I do think he instantly starts for most of the games. I think 70 to 75% of the games, I think he starts.
Who do you think drops out? Is it Ericsson?
Yeah, Ericsson.
Are you worried about Ericsson's
guy? Oh, that was Flex's guy.
Yeah, 100%. But there'll be games where Ericsson, it'll definitely be the game for Ericsson. You can leave Mount on the bench. Now there's going to be games where be interesting to see how much this does happen, to be fair. But there is games where Bruno don't have to play. And that could be really interesting because obviously Bruno's going to be even more the captain now because Maguire's just dwindling away. So Bruno's going to be even more the captain now, especially if Harry Maguire goes. So and let's
When he
not
goes,
get
when he
twisted.
goes.
When he goes, you never know. They might dig his heels and say,
Nah,
"Nah, I'm on the peas. I'm just going to sit on the bench." He might just be a bastard and say that. You don't know, but anyway. But yeah, let's say all right, he goes. Bruno's the official captain, and you know Bruno's the only man in the whole flipping European 5 leagues who's played how many games? Is it 60 games? Something like that. 70.
It was ridiculous.
That's stupid. Stupid.
Ridiculous.
I think is it 70 games in all internet? I think it's 70 games.
I can't remember.
Including the World Cup, including all his national team games, Nations League, all that bullshit. I think it's something stupid like 60, 70 games anyway. And Ten Hag knows how durable he is. But it's, there's games where he doesn't have to play. And I just think that we'll be surprised. I think Mason Mount will be a signing that the noise of like, we paid 10 million too much, or the noise of he's not even that good, or what does he do? I think we'll be going, Ross, bloody hell. I didn't really expect him to. He's good. I think we will be doing that. I think we will be doing that personally.
KG, first of all, why are you giggling?
He's just looking at comments, probably.
Nah, I'm trying to look at if there's any Bruno news. I mean, any Fulham news. I saw Fred talk links to things, so I'm just trying to go and check that out for myself. Yeah, I'm just smiling because I've totally changed my opinion on.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, what? Really? No. Wait, what?
Accusations. These are not accusations. This is false accusation. And
wait, you don't. Nah, stop. Yeah, do that. Stop. Hold on a minute.
Yeah,
you don't get to just like you tried to just.
I was going to say, Flex. Why are you acting surprised? Why are we? Can we stop doing this?
The way he does it,
when KG flip flops, can we stop being like, "Oh, that's really shocking"? He's never done that before.
That's true, but
do
you know what it is? No, do you know what it is, Owen? The method of the way he does it gets worse each time. Like the way he just tried to, he was listening, smiling in the comments,
just slip it
and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I've just completely changed my opinion on him."
I have.
Okay, why?
My opinion. You know,
you watch comps. You've been watching comps and shit.
I watch a few. The comp weren't really comping though. This is the thing that I had to deal with. The comp weren't comping, but then I was listening to something. Yeah, this is it. I was listening to someone. Yeah, and who's the guy that does Man United TV? He's on Talk Sport a bit.
Oh, Andy Goldstein.
Goldstein, that's it.
Yeah, well, he's not. Yeah,
like,
I don't think he's on him.
I was listening to him, yeah, and I was like, he goes, what's your problem with Mason Mount? Is it the fact of he goes,
was he asking Darren Bent?
He's asking the question, like he's talking to Darren Bent, and he goes, if you had like, is the budget, is it the price that's upsetting you? Because he goes, all right, so let's say you had more than 100 or something to spend, would you be comfortable getting a player like Mason Mount? And the answer is, yeah, I would actually. Like, does he make your team? Does he make your team better? Yeah. Is he an upgrade on what you got at the moment? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? What's the only issue you have? I have an issue because the budget is tight, and I think we should spend the money more stringently. But the killer is the player's here now, and it for Chelsea fans, I've looked across, and in their eyes, they've lost their homegrown talent. It's like Rashford pulling up at another Premier League club. You know what I mean? This is one of their own that he's actually come through the ranks. So it's a good player, 2-time player of the year for Chelsea. You know what? We'll see how it goes. We got no one in the team that can actually, run with the ball like he can. That's the one thing. So you look at Man United at the moment, and if we are going to play a new brand of football, it could work. Good on the ball, technical. I already kind of got
work his nuts off as well. He
works hard. But that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm looking for at the moment. Again, Eriksen's been playing a lot of football, and it worked with him, right? In my head, I imagine, because we tried it last season, Bruno, getting more responsible, Bruno, and saying, Bruno, I might drop you back a little bit deeper, the same way you have with Portugal and stuff. So you are closer to Casemiro, and then now it's the position for the number 10 is between Eriksen and Mason Mount. I'm not angry at that. I think that actually works out for Man United. I think that could be good, because I think when Bruno has the responsibility of sitting deeper, he's actually smarter with the ball. When he's in that number 10 position, he does a madness. But with the football, with the new style of football that we could be playing, you know what? I can get behind this. I still want more, but I don't think he's a bad acquisition. I think I'm just nervous about how money has been spent. So I was in my feelings about, I think we should be buying like a striker or I think we should be buying like other important positions before this one, but it could work.
And I think we're entitled to think that. I think we're entitled because of the mess that we're in. Your first thought is, how are we going to get a striker? How are we going to get a goalie, though?
Priorities.
How are you going to get a centre? But
yeah.
But just because something becomes available, again, the order of ceremonies might change, but you still might get what you need. Or because it wasn't the strikers market and we couldn't get the Kane and we couldn't get the Osimhen right now because we're a mess. Yeah, maybe we might not get the striker that we want. Well, we ain't going to get the quality of striker that we wanted. Not maybe.
We still have to get a striker, though. We have to
of course.
Though.
It's probably going to be this Hojlund kid, yeah?
Yeah.
Probably going to be this Hojlund kid. But what I'm saying is we've said all along that it can't just be this Hojlund kid. It probably is just going to be this Hojlund kid. And then you're going to have... And then before you know it, we're into a season of makeshift where you go, well, you know what? We got this Hojlund kid. We'll start him, see how he gets on. You've got Marcus who can play there if he struggles. Garnacho's coming through. Jadon's subbing on the left. Anthony's on the right. Oh, if you need Mount to fill in on the left or the right, he can. Before you know it, we're going, we just need to get through another season because the takeover's happening and this, that, the budget, and it's not good enough. It shows how far we are off what we want to do, but it's the best we can do now. And we don't want to hear that because we just went for a season of making do without a striker, making do without Martial for the whole thing. Making do with the midfield that just always make do.
We're gonna get our players though. You know that, right?
We'll get a striker. We'll get a keeper definitely. I'm certain of that.
I think we'll get 2 strikers.
You think we'll get 2?
Yeah, I think we'll get 2. I think now
the second one's going to be a really
the job. Because we need deep it, yeah. And don't forget that I think they got some plans for Rashi to play up front as well, because if Garnacho's coming and Garnacho's on the left-hand side and he makes that his own, then you kind of got 2, or him and Rasmus. I'm not really counting Martial, but you need another one, innit? You need another one. But I see Man United, if we start, because it looks like we're going to get some of these deals done early, which is surprising. Because if we now get the keeper locked in and this other kid, then we're actually like, right now we've got a lot of time to kind of get rid of some players and bring other guys in.
Here's one with Mason Mount, though. Okay. Have we actually even seen the best of him yet? He's 24.
Yeah.
He's not even, he might not even be in his prime at this point in time. And maybe that's something to consider too, is that we've bought a player who's going to be on like a 5-year, possibly 6-year contract if that thing is triggered. And so that would mean that he'd be there until he's in his 30s. So, I mean, we could potentially, and maybe you could say, oh, you're trying to spin it in a positive way. Yeah, I am a little bit. But at the same time, we're getting a young player still with still a lot of football to play. He's already achieved quite a bit. And again, I don't, like we said the other day, I don't think it's a bad signing. I can't sit here and go, it's terrible signing. Like we said before, my only concern with all of this is it's just the priorities are backwards, aren't they? It should be striker, goalkeeper, midfielder, and we've gone midfielder, probably goalkeeper, then striker. And the only way you can maybe positively say that is, you've got like the easy one out of the way. You've got one of the easier ones out of the way. Now you move on to the goalkeeper, second easiest one. Now you move on to the striker. But as we're going to talk about in a bit, when it comes to goalkeepers, allegedly we're already looking at other goalkeeping targets because we're like, Onana, maybe we can't afford him. And then you go, well, if you can't afford Onana, then how are you going to afford a striker? So look, there are going to be all of United's issues are not going to get solved in this transfer window. I think United fans need to realize that too. Like, we're not going to go in to next season with a perfect team. There are still going to be issues to solve. Obviously, hopefully the takeover situation is solved there. And we shouldn't have the expectation, regardless of what happens in this transfer window, that we go into next season going, I tell you what, City, we can compete. You'd be like, yes, we're still off that. We can be better. And I think we will be better, but there's still a lot of work to do. And we are still handcuffed by the issues that we have at the moment. But there are particularly those 2 key positions now. Like, we have to, even if, hypothetically, David De Gea stayed, right? And we got a striker, I'd still take that because I go, you know what? Striker's the biggest issue here. And then obviously I know what that would turn into. I thought KJ was going to zoom in. So look, I don't think it's a bad signing. That's my point. And I don't even know if we've seen the best of Mason Mount just yet.
No, and the biggest reason why I don't mind this signing is, like I said before, we have to change like the complexion of the midfield, and not just the midfield, the whole team. And it starts with people like it
By the
starts
way,
with
I'm moving my blind because this thing's so
the
annoying.
sun.
Can you
The
see
sun
that?
just. Oh yeah,
See
yeah, I
that?
can see that. Yeah, yeah.
I'm fixing this.
It
Grey
starts.
sheet.
It starts by like people saying you have to. If you want more technical players on the ball, yeah. If you want players you can press, if you want players you can make runs, if you want players that are multifunctional, you have to start unpicking it window by window by window. Maybe we might not realize how good a signing Mason Mount was until the next window after that, until we get a couple of other players that go with him, and the Mount's doing his thing with other types of players. Like I don't mind that. What's happened?
He said Owen's gonna get sunburned again from his
Do you know
chair.
what? Do you know what? Do you know what? Yeah, this is genuinely true story. Once I was on a train and I was sat by a window and I got sunburnt by sitting on the train next to the window because the sun was coming in and it was too hard.
But that's ridiculous. That's
That guy's gonna be like factor 2008. That guy
SPFF settings, man. SPF settings, Owen. Like what?
I mean, that's
How-
ridiculous.
I was thinking of coming back in when like, the sun was with like garlic around my neck, like I was Dracula. Well, much better.
You got burnt at Wembley in it when we was filming that thing.
Yeah. I think it was overcast
even
that day as
hot.
well. Yeah. And it was one of those ones. It was one of those ones. Afterwards, I went like a few hours later. I went, I'm sunburned, and I looked in the mirror, bright red. Not, I think I am sunburned.
Someone said Owen's scared to open the fridge at night.
Open the fridge. I'm scared to look at my phone.
Scared to look at my phone. Got the brightness on dim.
Yeah.
Oh, Owen, man. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Too early. It's too early. It's too early.
Oh, wait, what's the super chat saying?
Oh, yeah, we do need to read the super chats, actually, says Sachiv. That's a great shout, because otherwise we just get distracted like KG does. Sachiv says, Roman Reigns can hold that. Ha ha. And Shaunak says, Sean here, Flex is spot on. Mace is a floor-raising player. He's all the positives of Fred, Eriksson, and McTominay without their weaknesses. And Hashar says, Team UV, is Mason Mount the new Jesse Lingard? No. What do you mean? Like the good version of Jesse Lingard where he's actually like good? Or you mean, is he just going to fall off and just be vibes or whatever? Like he's better than him. Lux says, KG, Flip-Flop FC, love it. Announcement day, question mark. Yeah, what? Thursday? You wait, hanging on?
Oh, Thursday, guys. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
hold this space. Someone
Yeah,
said KG stands for non-gaslighter. That's hilarious, by the way. So I'm there with that one. Cool.
Aminor says, Owen, Liverpool signed Szoboszlai. Is Mount better?
I don't know because I haven't seen much of the other guy. I can't. I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot about the player. So we'll have to wait and see. Flex is worried about Liverpool, though.
They're just gonna do what I've always thought they were gonna do, which is sort their midfield,
Rebuild.
Rebuild, get the midfield sorted, get a defender in, and then in Klopp they trust in it, and they just get
Saying
back
you're
to
not afraid of
doing what
Liverpool
they
is
do.
foolish, man. That's stupid. I know they had a saying you're not afraid of Liverpool stupid.
Oh,
that's
yeah, because exactly.
we know what they are. It's not they got a good manager and they got some decent front players, and now they just bolstered up their midfield. So you got McAllister in. I don't even know this player, but he comes. They say he's got good pedigree. So
yeah, he's pretty good, man. Sheil says, morning, clowns are running this club, spending 60 million on Mount, when in his position we have others who can play. We need a goalkeeper and a striker. These are massive holes in the team. By the way, I like Mount, no problems, but there has to be priorities. Well, that's what I was saying through last week. I was saying, if the window shuts, Shahil, and we haven't got a striker and we haven't got a goalkeeper, but we got Mason Mount, I'm going to be fuming. Do you know what I mean? But I just, Mason Mount's going to be the first through the door. So I just don't see how the next priority isn't the striker or the goalkeeper. Like I think we will still get those players.
Yeah.
Like we will. Like we're not only going to sign one player and it's Mason Mount and we spent 60 million. Like who's the rest of the money going to be spent on? But I do agree with you. If that did happen, then you're looking at priorities and saying, well, what? We couldn't get a striker now, but you've bought him. Doesn't make sense. JD Carmelo says, yo, dead happy with Mount. Defo upgrade on our midfield. Really happy. Been a member for 11 months as well. Big up to you, JD. And Aminor says, Flex, will there be a full view and red room this week? There'll be full view today, I believe. Red room, maybe. We'll see. And Sachif says, Mount is a good signing. What do you guys think of Ramos from Benfica? I mean, does everyone kind of share the view that he's probably going to be really expensive? And
Yeah, nah.
Not really sure.
Yeah.
It's a no for me. It's a no.
It's a no for me. And Dan Watson, big up Dan Watson. Dan Watson says, Sir Bobsleigh scored the same amount of goals as Sancho last season, but in Bundesliga. Sir Bobsleigh. Typical Liverpool, stating they're the best at everything. Mugs. So he's basically got the same goals as Sancho. But they're hyping him up. So yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully he's not good. Hopefully he's a flop. Hopefully he's a £60 million flop. But yeah, Liverpool usually get their signings all right, don't they? Hojlund bid, Owen.
Yes, a bit on Rasmus Hojlund. Now, we did a video the other day saying that maybe a first bid had gone in for Rasmus Hojlund, but it was rejected. Well, according to Neil Custis, he is saying that Manchester United are preparing a second bid of £40 million to sign Rasmus Hojlund. It's also been reported by Alfredo Padula that Manchester United really like Rasmus Hojlund, but Atalanta do not intend to listen to offers for less than €60 million. The Daily Mail are also reporting and have reiterated their earlier stance that the Serie A side could demand as much as £86 million for the Danish international this summer. It is suggested that United could allow a player to join the club on loan in order to sweeten the deal, with Ahmad a likely contender for the role. So maybe suggestions that maybe Ahmad could be part of a loan to kind of sweeten the deal. KG, I'll start with you. What did you think of the reports the other day suggesting that a first bid had gone in for like 35 million? I think it was euros. I'm not even sure it was pounds, which is quite low. I mean, this is a young guy, 20, scored 10 goals last season, but he looks like one of the only strikers that maybe is attainable. Do you think ultimately we'll get him this summer, or are you a bit concerned about some of the prices?
No, I think we're getting into like realism with pricing, because before it was like 80 something million, and then Man United, apparently there was a bid for 35. So that's way off. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think there's a lot of just paper talking. I think that what they're trying to do is, I'm starting to let's clock on to the media, like the media games, really. You know, you start to hear the names and stuff, or what Man United can and can't do. All of a sudden, like, we bought one player, and now there's no money to buy anyone else. So all of a sudden, then after we get into this little cycle of the fear, the fear mongering, really. Like Rasmus Hojlund, he wants the Man United move as well. I think that's the thing, that's the difference. Atalanta can't turn down that kind of money. There's no way Inter don't want to sell one of their best players and their keeper, but they need the money. So I don't know how Atalanta's saying, you know what? We don't, you know what I mean? Come on, if there's a deal, I think when we get to like the 45 million euros, I think they might accept on a deal like that, because they can't turn it down. It's not the Premier League. They ain't got the TV rights. They haven't got all this other stuff that we have, you know, where, you know what I mean, like we're burning free cash. It's not the same, you know. So I honestly see them going for it. I think right now they're just trying to get the most for their player, but they have to be realistic, because the one thing they've learned about Man United this season is, even if they say they're going to walk away, they're not getting, it's not like ridiculous in terms of, there's probably going to do mad add-ons. So you might say to a player like Rasmus Hojlund, okay, Ballon d'Or add-on, you'll say, what's the next one? You say 30 goals or something like that if we win a trophy. And some of them could be unreachable, but if he actually hits those targets, well, that's good for the team anyway. So
it was like the Mason Mount deal, wasn't it? They said that, because I saw a lot, and it is funny how the media do cover Man United when it comes to transfers, isn't it? Because we signed, I know the total package is 60 million, but we signed Mason Mount for 55 million, because that's 60 to get to 60. They were saying like those add-ons are like really, really difficult to do. We're talking like winning several trophies, and if you get to that point, you're like, oh, yeah, we'll give you 5 million. Cool. Okay, fine, no problem.
No one will care if you have to pay the million add-ons.
It's 55 million, but the media were covering it as if it was 60, talking about his wages and all that kind of stuff. And then when you do take a step back, to KG's point in the media, you go, wait a minute, I'm seeing all of these other teams doing business, and rightfully so, they're getting coverage, but they're not talking a lot about the wages. And they're not really focusing that much on the transfer fees that much, apart from Declan Rice, because it's 100 million. We go, that's what it takes. Apart from that, not really a lot of coverage.
Man United sells, isn't it? Man United, the hated, adored, never ignored. Like, Man United sells. Like, People in the media say it all the time, like to sell papers or to
But
sell
have a
whatever.
contract though.
Is that real? Because I tell you now,
It can't
if
be
that
real.
is,
That can't be real. It can't be real.
honestly,
I don't
No,
think
it's
Arsenal
the bank
paying
with that.
350.
We
Arsenal
are
ain't
running
paying
to
that.
the bank with that, bro. The same way they used to do that with our players, bro. As soon as Kai Havertz is on free something, it doesn't matter. No, how come when only with Man United players we're convinced we know how much they're being paid?
Yeah.
Only
Yeah,
with
that's
United
true.
players, like it's not like we've seen their statements or nothing. We just
Yeah.
see it's on free something a week.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Show
now
me your bank
this one-
statements. Let me see.
Yeah, this one that is it now. Since it's out in the media, it's true, bro. He's on 330 a week.
Fucking reckless! That's fucking reckless!
Hey, Lee Judd is the proper wicked geezer. Like, he's funny, man. And when you speak to Lee in real life, he's just like that. No, but he's like, I'm not saying he's aggressive in your face for no reason, but he's just that like geezer guy. I do like right, yeah. He's just funny, man. He's brilliant.
Stand Harry Kane.
Yeah. When I asked him that in the Euros, I can't remember nothing that went viral that day. I was like, "What? You really want man to just miss this? Like you? Yeah, no. I'm so. If he scored, no. If he scored, I'm not. No, mate. I'm not celebrating. No, I don't want to see him do well. No, I'd rather another 66 years of hurt. No,
He's unacceptable.
rather 40 years of hurt. No. Oh, he's honestly.
Fucking reckless! That's fucking reckless! You're gonna give me yellow.
Lee. Oh mate. Anyway, Rasmus Hojlund. Yeah. Here's my thing. Can I just talk about him? Yeah. Because there's going to be people in the chat, and I actually need them right now. There's going to be people in the chat because there's always these people who know a lot about football on the continent because actually they watch a lot of like Bundesliga or Serie A or the other leagues, and not just watch it. They really do know the players. Yeah. We're about to get some kid we ain't even heard of to be our striker, like for big P's and like lead our line. Like, I'm not trying to diss the kid.
Sounds like a dissing.
No, I'm dissing the situation and how it's been pushed into us for us to try and get excited about. We ain't seen this kid, bro. Like, he scored 10 goals.
You said you want to.
I know.
Tell him, KG.
Yeah.
Tell him what he was saying.
Club gonna start looking at these players that we don't really know.
Agreed. I 100% agree with you, KG. Yeah.
But Manchester United Football Club.
I 100%. And Rasmus Hojlund will be a world-class player at Manchester United Football Club. He will win the Champions League.
He will win Champions League, Premier League. And Eric Ten Hag, he will beat Sir Alex Ferguson in his achievements at Manchester United Football Club. PLC 100%.
But it's not like he's what I've seen. And again, this is why I need people to help me. 100%. What I've seen, yeah, it's not even like he's ripped it up like mad. Like he's a real raw up and coming prospect, and I want those types of players at my club. For like Malacia for like 15 mil. I know he's a striker, so it goes up a little bit. But like, come on, man, we can't just, like Owen said, bare times. He can't just be the main striker.
He's not.
He's gonna be.
He will be though, KG.
He's gonna be.
Signing. I know you were saying earlier we're going to sign 2 strikers. We're not signing 2 strikers. We are signing 1 striker this summer. We're signing, I think, 3 players, and that is Mason Mount, goalkeeper, striker. Maybe that's Rasmus Hojlund, but we're doing some crazy mathematics to make this work as well. There is lots of calculators and abacuses out right now. They're moving over the 1, carrying the 2 to try and figure out how they're going to do this. And clearly they think of all the strikers that are available, it's going to be Rasmus Hojlund because we think we can get him for like 40, 50 million euros. And even that they think is a stretch. Plus, and they're going, you can raise money through player sales. They were player sales. We don't do player sales.
What's that?
Player sales.
All right.
What are they?
I think, honestly, yeah, I think there's going to be some business at this club. Honestly, guys, I know you lot don't see it at the moment.
Always think this, yeah.
I always do. I think there's going to be business at this club, guys. I know, like,
I'm not saying there won't be business.
There's going to be more
the quality of the strikers, KG.
Why there'll be more?
Yeah, there could be more than one. There could be another young kid from thing we don't know. Like, I'm not because you're right. I did say that, and I do stand by that. Like, in its entirety, we have to start finding gems that, you know, is not trying to get the polished 150 million Osman. Or I agree. I do agree. But I'm just talking about, I'm just being honest about how it makes me feel now in the moment that like the Kane thing's not going to happen. The Osman thing's not going to happen. Let's not get this twisted. We all said that this Hojlund kid was supposed to be the perfect backup to whoever. Do you know what I mean? But now, because we're not getting Kane, we're happy to just promote Hojlund and be like, he's the truth. And I feel uncomfortable with that. I still see this kid as a young up-and-coming striker which he is, who should be learning off somebody who's more senior. Now, if you throw him into the Lions Den as the main guy, I'm not going to have unrealistic expectations of him. I'm not going to be doing that and, you know, putting too much pressure on the kid. I'm not saying that. But I'm just saying without realizing, and very seamlessly, we've gone from Evan Ferguson / Rasmus Hojlund. Yeah, then Harry Kane is the main guy. Yeah, that's going to be fantastic. Oh, yeah. Or Osman or Flyovic or whatever. But Rasmus Hojlund second. Yeah, he can learn off them, man. Or Evan Ferguson would be good. Yeah, lovely. Now it's what the main budget of the striker, 50 million plus, maybe because of how Atalanta's going on, is going to be.
Can I give you my mad hypothesis?
Go on.
Can I say
He's
something?
going to be a revelation. Wonder kid. Go on.
I've got a hypothesis, guys.
Go on.
I honestly feel, this is how I see it getting in my head. Yeah.
Okay.
In my head.
Right.
But
let's hear it. Yeah.
Honestly, I think you bring in the Rasmus, you bring in Onana, and then after, Man United announce the sale's done, and we go back in for Harry Kane. That's how many.
You are on crack.
I honestly feel like that's what's gonna happen. I feel like get the business done early. There'll be money, bro. And then Man United have to do something at the end of the window. Why not though? Why is that in all the things of impossibility? If Man United's club is up for sale and they've done their business early, let's say they're getting those two players, do something by player sales, and the new owners just want to impress the Man United fans and say, here you go, here's a gift from us. Harry,
they can't. What? Wait,
why not? Or a big striker? Why not? Why not?
It's a gift.
Why
Harry
not?
Kane.
Why not though? You can't say it's in the
Sheikh Jassim's not going to go. Good faith to you know that I'm serious. Here's a gift.
If you're thingy,
that's not going to happen like that.
It's possibility. You can't say it's not. You can't right now. You can't say it can't happen though. Can you?
I think I can. KG, I think I can. Do you know what? I can say that. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that.
We could also say, you can't say Luton aren't going to win the Premier League next season. You can't say it.
I know it's going to happen. You can definitely say that. But I'm saying that in this thing with in this situation, you guys just wait and see in it. We only.
I really hope. KG,
also, actually, and another point too, KG. Even if it gets announced, they've openly said, it gets announced. It's going to take 2 or 3 months before everything's actually in place for it to actually happen. So even if that was to be announced tomorrow, they wouldn't be in time. They wouldn't be in time for the end of the window.
I honestly feel, the same way.
Well, they're going to buy Harry Kane in October.
Listen, hear this out, guys. The same way we said, this stupidness about how there's no money last season, and then we blew all this money for Anthony how did we miraculously find? You look, remember when we're in this is it. But is it really different?
No, it is. That was, I believe. I believe that was the last time we could have done that.
Flex, you've taken a choice just to believe that. They told us last season there's no money in the coffers, guys. Nothing's here. All of a sudden, Anthony,
they weren't trying to sell the club. They weren't trying to sell the club.
I know, but all of a sudden, they somehow
everything's different. It's different, bro.
You're saying.
They're going through a sales bro. We ended up with 4 million records as a result of that. There's no more money.
You're getting on your
3 million vehicles. There's no money, bro.
You're getting on your belief system, and I'm saying that I can choose to believe something different.
Yeah, your belief system, KG, is crack. I mean,
but then wait, hold on. If a big player comes through this door, I'm gonna be giving you the bombastic side eye, fam, because I'll be looking at you like I thought you said this was impossible. Because I still believe. You lot have got into this thing of saying there's no money in the coffers for Man United to operate and have a good window. This doesn't make no sense.
No. That's not what we said. We said there's no money to go and get Harry Kane because
hold on, bro. You said, yeah, Man United said in the beginning of the season that strikers are number one priority. So then that striker piece has to be somewhere. You can't say I'm spending the, what do you call it? Kane is the priority. Well, where's that kind of Kane money? You can't tell me, oh, we just spend it all on Mason Mount. Now there's no more money. Don't work
Not
like
saying
that.
that. Not saying that.
How much would it take to buy a Harry Kane in any normal season? It has to be upward to 70-something million. So where is that finances gone? If you lot said we're doing loans, we're gonna do something at the end of the season, I still believe there's money, but then you guys don't. That's up to you. That's what I'm saying.
You said you were going to give us the bombastic side eye if this
I
happens.
will.
Yeah? I will also say, and I'll give you my own side eye. You said Thursday.
Bullshit.
There's a lot more Thursdays where that came from, mate.
Here's the thing. No, but here's the thing. You're acting like I'm saying, yeah, there's no money to buy any players.
Yeah.
Like you do you know what it is? You deal with extremes. You don't deal with like the overall thing. You're dealing with like the extreme of maybe what I've said, which is not what I've said. You're basically saying you don't believe that Man United can buy any players because we've spent every single penny on Mason Mount. That's not what I'm saying. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the comparison to last season that you're trying to draw, I'm saying the parameters have completely changed because there is a sale process. We've just seen it. Our January told us that, yeah. And what we're seeing that we don't have money, which I know you don't believe, but what we're seeing with the budgets plus the player sales tells us that now. And the FFP, which a lot of teams seem to get around. I get that, but it's there. Hopefully we can circumnavigate it, but it's a real thing. I'm not saying we're not going to get Hojlund. I'm not saying there's no money for a striker. What I'm saying is that same 70 million that you're saying, yeah, is going to go on a striker. But I'm saying it's probably going to be this Hojlund kid for like 50, 55 million. We're not going to get the Kane and the understudy. We're going to get the Hojlund kid for like 50 million, yeah, probably something like that, I believe. And then the next striker, if it's going to be another one, is going to be some cheap, like, young kid as well. It's not going to be Sheikh Jassim going, I want to get the Man United fans a gift. I've wrapped up Harry Kane with a bow on his fucking head. Have him. It's not going to be that.
All I'm saying is just watch this space. What do you call it? We've seen it before.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
We've seen this club before say when big players become available and things happen, we see what we can do. So if Bayern Munich, let's say Bayern Munich say they get I don't know, it's agreed. Tottenham agree with Bayern Munich for I don't know what 70, 75 million. You think Man United is not going to say
it's going to be more than that?
Well, let's just say I'm just saying in the water thing. Bayern Munich and they agree 75 million. Yeah. Man United.
What does Daniel Levy do? What does he do?
No, now you got a price. You have to, as Man United, go to Daniel Levy with more. You have to and see, how ridiculous are you about to be in this moment? Because you're going to get rid of this player anyway. You're willing to get rid of this player. Well, we're going to offer you more for him to come this way. What are you going to do right now?
Do you think Harry Kane's going to come Man United?
What's that?
Do you think Harry Kane's going to come
my fingers crossed for it. I'm hoping for it, yeah.
I'm hoping for it. But realistically, forget the money. See,
like
Daniel Levy and Spurs. Do you think they're going to sell to Man United? Do you think they're going to sell to Man United?
What's that?
Even for 120 million. Do you think they'll sell to Man United?
It's just.
Do you think Daniel Levy's going to say, yeah, okay, you can?
I think if he accepts, all my thing is, if he accepts on Bayern, Man United, you have to enter the chat and you have to test his resolve and offer him more. But then the reason why I think it's because let's get this right, yeah. Man United haven't had money for a long time, yeah. But somehow we managed to find wages to pay Ronaldo. How did we do that? These are the things like when a club like Man United say, you know what, we have to move. We can move. So I always think there's always that piece of wiggle room with a club like us. So I'm saying with that kind of understanding of how we've moved in the past, Man United somehow, and that's why I'm holding on to. So you can say,
what if the sale's not done?
Be optimistic. Listen, all I'm saying is I'm allowed to sit here and be in my optimistic bag this morning.
You're allowed to think whatever you want to think. You are allowed to think whatever you want to think.
And I will. No, I will.
No, you are allowed. You are allowed.
I'm gonna feel this way. However anyone feels. If they don't like it, that's up to them, bro.
And you know what? It is. I think it is a great thing for you.
Absolutely,
it is fun. Everyone is allowed to think what they want.
100%.
And the same way. But what do you say? There's another thing you say. Yeah, you're allowed to think that, whatever. But I'm also allowed to say what I think you're saying is rubbish. I can say that. I'm allowed to say that. That's what I think. I think that Harry Kane's not coming. But Listen, I hope this is another Marcel conversation where we dig this clip up, or we're in UV studio and I'm shaking your hand and I go, "Fuck, I can't believe that." I really hope.
I'd love
But
to be.
here's what I think. I think August. When did we start? August 14th or something like that. I can't even remember. August 12th.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Monday Night Football.
Whenever it is. First game against Wolves, we won't have new owners. That's what I think. We won't have new owners. It's as simple as that. And then we know what comes with that.
L's? You know, when we take L's, the team
suddenly
find finances. Yeah. When you take 2 L's back to back, and then you know that another protest is due. Hey, all of a sudden, hey, what's Casemiro?
I do think it's, but KG, I honestly, on real honest talk here, before we move on, then we get the super chats out.
So we've got super chats and loads of stories.
Yeah, I do think it's different because of the sale, bro. Like, you got to think of it this way, yeah. The Glazers, yeah, are money orientated and always have been, yeah.
Yeah.
So they found a little bit extra last year when the club wasn't for sale, etc., etc. Yeah. But right now, if they put more credit onto this club, more debt onto this club, whilst they're trying to sell it, it weakens their position, bro. Then the Glazers are not going to do a damn thing to weaken their position at a time when they're trying to get your guys, our guys, to pay every little bit more. Every little bit more that gets added on is like a thing where you say to Altans, yeah, I want you to pay the extra like 300 mil to just get to that 6. Can you? Oh, but you've also just loaded on 120 mil because you just. So that's included as well. Yeah, add that in as well. Like it's just they're not going to do it. Like they are about themselves now and keeping the credit line. It's mash up. Remember we spoke about the petty cash, the tuck shop. There's nothing in there. So if they borrow to go and do that, that has a direct impact on how they try and sell the club.
And I'm with you, but this club is wild, and I don't put nothing past them. Again, as we said, with those 2 losses, we found Casemiro money. What? Where did that come from? And we had to pay him as well.
It came from the money that we was going to pay for Frankie de Jong.
I know, but exactly. So it was there all along. I think just with Man United, again, we're supposed to be buying a world-class striker this season. That's what they told us. They said on the list when we started, before the season came to an end, they said on our list, Osimhen and Harry Kane. Those are the
media said it.
Well, they must have been briefed from somewhere. But Man United said they're not going to buy a player in January. We're going to wait until because
they want Kane.
You want quality. Well, if you was going to go for that thing, you could have just tried to get Rasmus in bloody in January. If you're by that standard, it's like he's not like he wasn't world class, this, that, and the other. They couldn't shake up Atlanta and bring in a player like that. You're saying we're looking for the right guy. This is the Man United's priority is a striker. So
but we will get one.
We'll see what happens anyway. We'll see what happens. But again, crazier things have happened at this club.
Yeah, and I hope you're right. Right, where was we? It was Mount is a good sign-in. Benfica, Bobson.
It's Sashiv, clip my super chat.
Sachiv, clip my super chat. Klopp will be sacked during Christmas. That's a big statement, Sachiv. I don't think that's gonna happen. Sophia's football talk. Big up to Sophia. She says, "Big up, lads. Do you think we can get Onana deal and the striker potentially Hojlund done before pre-season starts? Maybe a goalkeeper. I don't think a striker. That's what I think.
No, yeah.
What do you lot think? KG, do you think we can get all 3 by tour?
I'm starting to think so now with the pressure of the manager. Look how mad he is. Look how many fixtures he's got. The man's a madman.
Yeah, he's made loads of fixtures. Wait, that one at Old Trafford, that Lens one, and then we got to go Dublin. So is it the kids at home against Lens? And it's mad.
He probably starting the team. He's mad. So that guy wants to be on point.
Yeah, I do like it though. He's making a lot of preseason friendlies. Yeah.
So you think he's not just staring at? He must be walking to Myrtle's office and stuff, yeah, and just staring at them.
Yeah. Zoe's been a member for 12 months. Big up, Zoe. She says, "Morning, guys. Miss catching you live. Big up. Now you can. So happy that you could do that. Happy about Mount, but we need a defensive midfielder too. When Cass is out, we are in big trouble. Yeah, and again." We need so many things. We need across, changing what this squad looks like. We need 2 players every position, etc., etc. Agree with you there. JB, been a member for a couple of months. Big up to you. Says, if we manage to sell some players and get Onana and Hojlund, would you consider it a successful transfer window, considering no takeover yet?
Yes.
Hojlund, Onana, Mount.
I need some more.
I'd consider that a successful window given the circumstances. I'd be more than happy with that.
What would you rate out of 10, Owen? What, just those three and that's it?
It's not 10. It's not 10, is it? But I think given the circumstances, you'd be like, you take that. Goalkeeper, striker, midfielder. It's not the best striker you're looking for. But going into it, we weren't even sure we were going to get a goalkeeper, were we? That's been a recent development too. So I'd take it considering the circumstances. It's not ideal, but we're all of the opinion anyway that it's going to be really the next big transfer window for us is next summer when we have new owners, whoever they may be.
I'll probably give that a 6.
Yeah, 6 is just about right. I think we need more, man. We need more. We need more.
We do. We
need more, but we're not going to get more. We need to be.
Yeah, but I do get what I was saying though with what's going on. But it's because again, the Mount thing, you didn't really want him. Rasmus Hojlund kid's up and coming, so how good is he going to be? And Onana, fair enough, that's like an upgrade. But yeah, Ahmed, been a member for 4 months.
Can I ask another question in this thing? Yeah. What retrospectively, what would you rate our last transfer window? Now we've seen what we did and where we finished.
What did I give it? Did I give it a 7?
Probably still like a 7 because we overspent. We got a lot of players, but we definitely overspent. And again, you can't forget the timeline of events. Like we signed 2 players after the season had started, and had we had those players at the time, there's an argument to be made like the Brighton result and the Brentford result maybe doesn't happen, or certainly we'd be better prepared. We played Eriksen up front against Brighton.
I still never forget that. That was insane. And also, if you're thinking of the signings now, we're looking back on it. The 2 true ones that really worked were Casemiro and Martinez. Eriksen worked for up until his injury.
High numbers. Eriksen had high numbers, probably one of them our top assistant. So
yeah, but and because he was for free as well, we forget what happened before, and because he was out, we forget what he did before his injury. He was really good. So it goes Casemiro Martinez or Martinez Casemiro, however you rank it. Then Eriksen done his thing, and then Anthony was the one that's like and obviously. Malacia is a young kid, and I think he had the exact season that someone like him should have had. Martinez, I think it was Malacia. I think it's a perfect season. Well. You said, what are you saying? 7?
I'm saying 7 as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 7.
I think if came on, it would have been good. But yeah, go on.
If who came?
If Anthony showed more,
done more. Yeah.
It would have been like an 8. It would have been 8.
Yeah. Ahmed says, I think it would be smart to go for someone like Callum Wilson this transfer window since Kane is out of the picture. I don't even think he'd come. I know, like you say, Man United, are you sure? Big wages, but I don't think he would.
He wouldn't come to Man United.
No, he's at Newcastle, KG. Why would he come at the moment?
Might not. What could we offer him this year that Newcastle can't? Right now in his career, where he's at. Like, I know we do the Man United thing because we're Man United. We're Man United. Are you mad?
No, I've got it twisted. I was in my head.
I thought someone else.
I was thinking about Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins.
What the hell? But then I was thinking, what do you call it?
Obviously, Pease is a thing, though. Like, if Man United gave him a 4-year deal at 220 bags a week, and,
you don't think that, like, Saudi Arabia would just counter that and just go, we'll give you close to it.
But maybe not, though, because do they break? I don't know how they're running their football club at the moment. They might not do that right now. But you would think, I can't see, how crazy is that to suggest that going from Newcastle to Man United is a sideways step? And to some, with the project, I know, it's Man United. Like, if you spoke to an ex-pro, they'll go, listen, it's Man United, mate. It's a different, let's not act like Newcastle are as big as Man United, because they're not. Their fans are trying to do that all of a sudden because they got the P's. But right now, in terms of, because it's instant, innit, what type of season are the two going to have? Are we going to finish higher than Newcastle next season?
Yes.
100%, yeah?
Well.
Would you? Are we 100% going to finish higher than Newcastle? Can you say 100%? You can't. But every other season, bar up until now, and last season was probably the closest one, you would say, of course we're going to finish higher than Newcastle. Of course we are. Not even a question. But now it's like, I don't know. It depends. I don't know.
That Tonali signing was decent still. At the moment,
exactly.
We've got a better striking force than us at the moment, which is crazy.
100%. You got to start looking at them. Like I said, about stop doing the darlings thing with Newcastle and be like, oh yeah, it's nice to see that they've finally can take their tops off and be happy that Mike Ashley's gone. Oh, they got their club back. F all that, man. They're in it now. Do you know what I'm saying? They're in it.
Anyway, by the way, guys, we've got a million super chats and 3 stories to get through in 10 minutes.
Yes,
we are
I don't
massively
know how
over
we're going to do it. I
time.
don't know how we're going to do it. Avram Glazer says, KG, I'm not selling this club. Marcus says, KG, can you send me that audio clip? Harold says, Rashford and Martial up front if we only get Hojlund. Kristen says, we need to look at, I cannot pronounce that, Seisman Walderschek as a second striker. Save the Jungle is a new member. Big up to you. Ahmed says, crack then dogma. Avram says, there is no money in the coffers, boys. Witterbird, been a member for 10 months, always on the channel, says, when the new owners come off the stock exchange, do you think United tax might come down due to the fact other clubs don't get to see the books? I think the reputation will still kill us. Shield says, KG, think about it. You can't throw 19-year-old in front of 75,000 people. It will swallow him up. Man scored 10 goals last season. KG, you're crazy. We broke FC. Raul says, hey guys, off topic. But are you guys going to be in Houston for the preseason tour game July 26th? So y'all sign. Can y'all sign my Richmond jersey? Yeah, we'll be there, and KG can sign you. Obviously, he's in it. You probably want him to sign it. Yeah, for sure. And Baba Ganga says, why are we not talking about the outgoings, please? Owen said that we don't sell very well, but we need to. And Keegan says the keeper situation is looking precarious. I hope Cam, Marcel, and Co are happy with us linked to these fourth-tier goalkeepers. Be careful what you ask for. Owen, let's try and let's try and do this in record time. That's what we got.
Yes. So again, it's kind of building off that last super chat. Actually, goalkeeper alternative. So Marcel van der Kran's been writing over the weekend that Andre Onana potentially costing 60 million euros has led to Erik ten Hag shifting his attention to final goalkeeper Justin Baylo, who is worth a third of Onana in Manchester United's eyes. However, Feyenoord are refusing to put a price tag on the goalkeeper and are waiting to see what Manchester United come up with. There has been contact between the clubs at management level, but has been indicated that other scenarios are also possible on the part of United. Baylor will set his sights on the departure to United if Erik ten Hag finally makes the choice to go for him. Ten Hag reportedly, though, does want Onana at all costs, but the issue is the price tag. So is anyone getting concerned that actually we're already shifting to other possible goalkeeping targets? I did see KG saying the other day he doesn't even believe it. He thinks it's just leveraging.
Leverage. It's like intertwining. There's been direct conversations. You know them ones where it's like, and one thing we learned about Man United is they do this weird, new game of poker where they're like, oh, we're gonna sign him instead. Still like definite direct conversation. You know, when they like that Moise Caicedo thing, not interested at all. The only thing they have learned is when you say the player that you're interested in maybe should be cheaper than the one that you're trying to buy, it would help. Because I know with the Mason Mount thing, a lot of people just didn't believe the club when we said we're trying to buy Caicedo because he costs like way more than the player was negotiating for. So what they've done is they found a cheaper keeper. Well done to them. But I think our manager's made up his mind in terms of, you know, they're having them conversations. There's a lot of meetings. I can see that you're getting over the line.
Agreed. Just to keep it kind of thing, I think we're still in for Onana. I don't see it not happening personally. I actually don't see it not happening because it's Man United, isn't it? But I still think we'll end up with Onana. Put it that way.
Fast and going.
Fast and go. On to the next one then. Jadon Sancho. There were rumours this morning, and again, it comes from less reputable sources, people like the Daily Star and all that kind of stuff. Nevertheless, suggesting that Jadon Sancho, possibly, there's been a bid rejected from him from Borussia Dortmund for a loan offer this season. Do you guys put any stock into that at all? Could you see Sancho leaving this summer on a loan, or is it got to be permanent if he's going to go?
I think a loan doesn't help us whatsoever. I can't see Erik. If Erik ten Hag thinks, let me send him out to try and get him going again, he'll just say, nah, let him stay in. Let me get him going so we can actually get something from him. It's a big outlay we've paid for him. He's been here for 2 years already. He's going into his third year. We can't afford for someone else to try and recharge him and then send him back. Like it's make or break for Jadon Sancho this year. And he has to do it at Man United, not go back to Dortmund in the same comfort zone he was in the first time. What does that prove? If he goes back to Dortmund and does well, we'll be in the same situation as before. So it doesn't. He needs to prove it here now.
He needs to do it in this United side. He needs to
do it in this Manchester United side. And also on the thing of it being rejected, there's no way someone as high profile as Jadon Sancho, there's no way a bid would have got rejected by Man United and like Luckhurst, Laurie Whitwell, like all the domestic journalists, Ornstein. There's impossible, I'm saying. So, I think that's a load of nonsense.
No, I agree. But I do think that, a bid could come in for him this summer. I don't think you can rule it out,
Maybe that could, but what would that look like? How much would it be? And we've all kind of had that hypothetical talk. If someone opened negotiations at 55, would you come into the room, let's talk and try and get that up to like 65? Would you take that? Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe there's a conversation there. It depends how Erik ten Hag, I think if Ten Hag could get whoever he sought after as the like for like for him, who would rather have, by getting the money for Sancho, and it meant he could get this guy who he thinks is better, I think he'd do it. But I just don't think with Sancho on 350k a week, 320, whatever it supposedly is, and what we've paid for him, I think Man United will be saying, try and get something out of him, Erik.
Sancho's going to be good this season. Sancho's
going to be good. Hopefully we see the Rashford come back, like where we're like, see,
Sancho's going to be good.
I really do hope so.
We're going to play a different brand of football, and it's going to suit Sancho's game. We're going to play it again. We've already started with the goalkeeper, like in terms of what we're trying to do. We're going to be different, a whole different side.
Well, finally, we'll move on then and talk about Facundo Pellistri, because according to Manchester Evening News, Rich Fay, they're saying it is understood that Manchester United are in talks over an improved long-term contract for Facundo Pellistri. Erik ten Hag is reportedly a big fan of him. Now, I found this one quite surprising because I said, if you're a big fan, didn't play that much last season. If you were this big fan.
He played more than Zidane. He got a couple.
Not a lot though, really. A couple of appearances off the bench here and there. If they're giving him a new contract, does that imply, KG, then he's going to be playing more this season?
Well, when he came on, he always done something. He always listened to he always actually did what the manager was looking for. Get on, test get the crosses in early. The guy was like the manager like name checked him a few times. Now, with the manager, we have to be careful because he told Flex in that interview that he laughed when he spoke about his goalkeeper and told Flex, "This is all I need."
Yeah, I'm never listening. I'm never listening to him again. Ever.
Like, so it's hard to take Ten Hag at his word in a presser, to be honest. But
it is.
It's very difficult, actually. You can't even put any stock into that, to be honest. I don't know. Now I don't even know what the thing for Kundo is. I don't know until. Yeah,
I don't. He made 11 appearances last year.
That's way more than a lot of the others that wanted to come through, though.
Yeah, of course it is. It is out of Kobe Mainoo and Zidane, who were there the whole time. Yeah, but Savage went on loan.
Yeah, but
out the players that will, you can include them, I suppose. But the players that were in and around the first team, Pellistri, he was essentially ahead of Elanga, really.
He was.
Do you know what I mean? And that says a lot because at the beginning of the season, I remember a couple of games where Elanga was playing. I remember against Liverpool, I think he started. I remember when he hit the post after like a few minutes. And then slowly he just become like null and void. Whereas Pellistri, Elanga you would think would be the next one because he's got the experience from last season to be under this manager, kick on. But actually, he definitely chose Pellistri out of all the kids to say you're ready to play for me. And he played 11 times, man. And he started some Europa League games. Did he start?
Yeah, he did play some Europa League games.
Yeah. Did he start a Sociedad? I think he started. Or was it Betis? He started in one of them games in Spain when we was there. I remember that. So he likes him. If he gives him a new deal, I just don't know. Ahmad as well. He'd probably send him out on loan again. I don't know. I think they might give him a new deal and just keep him again in the squad and see if he can do better than the 11 appearances and see where it takes him for another year. I think they don't want to just write it off. He thinks there's something there.
These men have got pre-season to impress him, and he's got a lot of games for them. If you shine in pre-season, you have a big chance. Martial, let's go back by what he's actually done. Martial had the pre-season that he really enjoyed, and he said, "You're my number one striker." So anything is possible, and he chose him over Ronaldo, which is but he did that. Right? That's what he wanted to do. So again, if these players show up pre-season and make it their own, that's all of them, all the youth, you could be in this team playing first game of the season. Simple as that.
Last couple of super chats before we wrap up. Anya Kaber says Erik ten Hag will be sacked, not for losing games, rather from being trashed. His priorities show he does not respect this league or learn. should have gone for defensive-minded midfielder instead of Mount. I think that's incredibly harsh and jumping the gun there.
Fucking reckless! That's fucking reckless! Fuck up!
I mean, I said what I said, but Owen obviously pressed that. But yeah,
I wasn't me. That was lead judges.
Shoals Music says, but opinions are opinions. Shoals Music says, what's good, UV fam? To go back to Mount, why are we questioning our manager? This isn't clueless. This isn't a clueless Ollie signing Sancho / CR7. He needs him. I'm happy with that. Arsenal, Liverpool wanted him too. Let's trust him. Shoals Music also says, also Mount, Onana, and Hojlund, and we are already better than last season. Add a preseason, no Ronaldo issues, and a new owner. We should be excited. Complete contrast to the super chat before from on your Caber, sorry. Complete. There you go. Descendant of the first crackhead says, I unsubscribed from the United Stand and removed my membership because Golvich never read my super chats. He provoked me to anger. Oh, I'm sorry you feel like that. I'm sorry you feel like that. That's insane. You know, sorry you feel like that. Well, welcome here. You're welcome here, and we will always get your super chats out. But on that note, guys, honestly, you will lose the number. On that note, we'll be across all of the takeover stuff. We'll be across everything as we are. Hopefully, we get some Mason Mount pictures smiling today. Maybe we get an announcement. I don't know. But there'll certainly be some pictures of him arriving at Carrington, etc., etc. So we are out of it, I believe. Owen, is it happening? Are we nearly there?
The music's
playing. You can hear it. You can hear it. Peace. We'll see you very soon.